the hours there. Oh, somebody hit record.
We're live.
I guess Matt hit record.
Oh. Well, hey, welcome to. Do you have a song?
No, I really tried. I couldn't think of one.
That's all right.
I had one. The thing is, I think I had one in my mind last week to do, and then we canceled the show, and then I couldn't remember for the life of me what it was, the song I was going to do. I was like, shit.
Yeah, I was cool. I was whatever anybody wanted to do, but I didn't even notice that Matt hadn't put up the
link.
The link. I was like, because the days just. My grandkids are running me wild. They're killing me slowly. But welcome to the Ramblecast. I don't know where Matt's at. He started it. We do have a new logo.
Problems. Yeah,
we have a new logo. So,
well, we just lost half our listeners. You know.
I know. Yeah, because they're boycotting.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I was like going. I don't know why they had to. And then they backed out. I mean, I don't know if they did it for public.
No, they get people, they hire CEOs who have no idea what the brand is, and at least what, from what I think, my opinion of this is, and they're business people, and, they probably went to business school or not. They come in not understanding the company. They just think like, oh, it's a company like any other company. I mean, I have this in my company as well. You get these people that are my age or maybe sometimes even younger than me, and they've got connections and they've gone through all these high up schools, and they don't care about the company. They just care about where they're going in their career. And so they come in and they change things up because they go, oh, this is old. This is like they haven't changed in 40 years or 50 years or whatnot. And then, and they don't understand why people like it. It could be it didn't have to be necessarily Cracker Barrel. It could be anything, just any company. And then so it pisses people off. It's like, oh, because you're not really listening to it could be even a band, any band like that. It's like when bands change their sound or people don't like change, basically. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. Yeah. People get set in their ways. And, again, I can't imagine. I think the last thing I'd probably open up, if someone said, "Hey, you got some money, let's invest it," the last thing would be a restaurant. I don't know how these restaurants are staying in business. To be honest with you,
give yourself a mic check there, Matt.
Okay.
Matt! Woo!
So the thing is that it was like my microphone wouldn't connect, but my camera would, and then I got my mic to connect, but my camera wouldn't. So I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna get out of this whole fucking thing, restart, replug stuff back in." Did you try starting it on and off again?
Right. Well, you should have warned us because Nick was showing me a rash he has on his butt, and we went live. And I'm like I go, Nick, pull up your pants. We're live. We're live.
I had seen the comments in the chat, and so I just was like, mainly for Nick, we doing this.
That happens. That was before you guys joined, but okay. That happens to me too, Matt. Like when my boss asked me to come to the office, something about plugging my computer into like the corporate internet and system when I get to the office, it messes with my mic settings. And so a lot of times I don't want to turn the computer off. I'll just put it in rest mode, take it home, and it will not connect. It'll be on the old stuff. Yeah, it'll be on the stuff that's in the office. And so I have to then restart the computer.
Computers don't like change either.
Different headset with the mic. And it's like, what the hell? It's just technology.
It's frustrating when things don't go. It's like, come on.
Sure.
I get angry.
I mean, I'm sure Chris right now doing what he's doing. We won't talk about what he's doing at the produce shop, but he's in a world of hurt right now. So
someone might sue him because of the bad batch of apples. Which is funny because Cindy and I bought some because our grandkids all of a sudden want apples now. So she bought some apples, and I go, they don't really look good. She goes, oh, they're probably fine. We bought them at Wegmans, who usually has good produce. And two of the kids have to have them peeled because they can't eat the skin. Oh no! And so I peel. I go, these things look like that someone's been punching them. I go, they're terrible. So yeah, they were a bad batch of apples.
I grew up. We had an apple orchard.
Really?
Yeah. So
I did not know that. Maybe you have talked about that before.
I grew up on a farm.
Oh yeah,
in the country, and so we had this
in Washington.
Washington.
No, this is in Indiana. Or I mean, I'm sorry, Ohio. This is where I was born.
I would
and
think
raised,
there would be.
Ohio.
When I think Ohio, I would think potatoes. So I'm not really thinking.
Well,
apples.
we weren't in
Ohio,
we could have
not Idaho.
we could have had an apple orchard like
Doesn't
what used
Ohio
to-
has potatoes too? Don't they?
Yeah.
sure they
Actually,
do.
where my dad grew up, they lived near potato farms. But where I grew up,
See, Nick.
we just he did the main three, soybean, corn, and wheat. But so behind our property, we had these two plots. They kind of met up next to each other, and then there was a lane that went down the plot all the way back to where we had an orchard. There was about.
Did you work the farm?
No, I was too. I mean, like by the time there were things that I did, but it wasn't like Dad was like, "Hey, go out and milk the apples."
Because I'm saying I know in the old West that's the reason farmers had kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just to work the
Free
farm.
labor.
Well, my dad actually he cut timber when I was younger. He was kind of a lumberjack or whatever, in the Ohio area there, cutting out trees from different forests and stuff like that. But and then later he got into kind of farming during the Reagan years, which wasn't really good for him. So and then so anyway, behind the property that we had there was 80 apple trees back there. And so we also had a beehive back there, and then we had a beekeeper that would come out, and he basically, gave us some honey, but he kind of took care of the bees for us. But that helped, populate the apples. Now, one year we did have, they made apple butter one year, apple cider and apple butter. And there was a big,
I love
big,
apple. I used to
huge,
love apple. Can't drink it anymore. But
big, huge black cauldron essentially on a fire that they just kept burning. It was a nice fall day, real crisp and cold outside, and they just kept that apple stew going like all day long. And I don't know how old I was at that point. I could have been 8, And
you're still not working the farm at 8? You lazy bastard.
So anyway, I was a bit of an apple butter fiend.
Apple butter is good. Apple butter is good.
Yeah.
What about horse apples?
No. Mm-mm. Apple butter on potato fritters. Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Sherry mentions the bag. They were all bad, Sherry. Every apple in that bag was bad.
Oh,
just bad. But I was going to say, my dad, when we were kids, used to bring this once a year. He'd bring this huge box of Washington apples home.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I don't know, like 50 of them. It was a huge box and they're this big. There's nothing better than a Washington State apple. It's the best. I mean, I don't know. I've never had an Indiana apple. They could be the best. But
no, not Indiana, Ohio.
Ohio. So, I'm sorry, yeah. Indiana, Ohio. Whatever. That's right, because potatoes. But Washington, those Washington apples. I haven't had one probably since I was a kid. But they were
maybe you have and you just didn't know.
No, because the Washington apples were like better than sex. So I would
wow. That. Jeez. I didn't know those Red Delicious actually gave head.
Yeah, well, you're not married to them. So.
Get it while you can.
Yes, right.
The same, like Jack and Trat now. Like,
yeah, it's like it's just.
It's kind of like right now. It's only like about a 3-week period in Colorado. They have Palisade peaches. I've never had one, but they apparently like people lose their shit like when it's time because like apparently like they're just these unbelievably good peaches. But like a lot of things, like they're a specialty item that's like a very short window, and they're apparently
like Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, like Girl Scout cookies, or like like we call them Cherokee tomatoes in Tennessee, which are like these purple-ish tomatoes, and like they're not like the juicy reds or greens, like they're just
a purple tomato.
It's purple, yeah, and it looks different. You could probably Google.
It's actually an eggplant, but they don't tell.
But like they're just very short window in the time of year where you can get them. And
Sherry, I haven't tried a Cosmic Crisp, but
are they like the shrimp from Walmart that glow?
But the Honey Crisp are pretty.
I've never. What's so? Is it a chip? or is it?
No, it's
No, it's
type
just a kind of apple.
Oh,
Yeah.
type of cosmic crisp apple.
Read the chat, man.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what cosmic crisp sounds like a chip.
I'll put it up on. If you've not tried the new Cosmic Crisp apples, put that on your list of things to do.
It sounds but doesn't it sound like a chip?
I think that it might be a cross from the Honey Crisp and then something else, obviously.
I don't get out much.
The Honey Crisps are one of my favorite, but they're like a late August. You know, there's periods with different apples where they come ripe at different times, like the galas and the.
Yeah, and I remember somebody was making a fuss when the first Pirates of the Caribbean came out, the movie, because he's eating
it's not right to have Jack down on the bottom here.
Yeah, no,
thank you. It's driving me crazy.
What's his name? Is it Barbosa or whatever his name is? Like the other guy, not Jack Sparrow, but he's eating a Granny Smith in the movie, and it's like, and Granny Smiths did not exist
right
at that time. Like, I remember someone making a fuss over it. It's like, he's eating a Granny Smith apple. They didn't exist for another. It's like, oh my god.
So it was like someone related to you, Nick.
No, it seems like something I would bitch about.
Well, I mean, apples, even the apples that Johnny Appleseed planted are just like, I mean, if you actually tasted one of those apples, you'd not like it. It's not
right.
It's not a sweet. It's not, it's more of a.
Yeah, I remember reading a couple years back.
Johnny wasn't doing his job.
The seed vault that's up in like Greenland or somewhere. Yeah. It's full of like these old apple seeds from 100 years ago or something, and you're like, we wouldn't even know any of them.
You bite into the apple, it's just dust. It's
yeah,
just like Thanos is in your hands, just like.
Yeah, I have an apple tree that I've had for like about a year since. But how long have we been here? 23 years.
Can I ask you a question, Jack?
Sure.
How do you like them apples?
You know what? I never get to eat them because before they mature, the squirrels knock them all down and eat them.
Yeah, squirrels, especially in the at least for us in this time of year, because we kind of go through the dry period here in August. They look for water, and so you start putting out your pumpkins, and they're kind of water deprived, so they'll end up kind of eating our pumpkins because they're just looking for.
Well, I toss them. I toss them when we're done with the pumpkins. I toss them, let them eat them.
My neighbor Bob always would grow tomatoes, and they would constantly, like, as soon as the tomatoes, like, they'd get the tomatoes and they'd take a bite out of it because they just want the water. And then
we have strawberries. Cindy goes, "We have any strawberries?" I go, "Not anymore."
That's what's sad though. Like, Jack, like tossing the pumpkin, like, no one really gets. They basically have gone away. Like, everyone gets jack-o'-lanterns now because those are the ones that people want for Halloween. But like, there's another strand of like pumpkins that people would eat. And like you don't see them as often anymore. My grandfather used to grow them back in like the 60s and 70s. It's like just a little patch and we would eat those, and you dry out the seeds and all that stuff and eat them, and they're just not in demand. And so
I guess they weren't that great.
Because America, we use food for entertainment, and
right.
And where other people are starving, we go, let's cover up this pumpkin and put a funny face on it.
Sure.
But I know a pumpkin spice latte that my wife's all excited because they're back, and I'm like, and I don't like them. So
I'm not. It's like, why do I want to lick a candle?
I don't. Yeah, I get it. I don't get it. But it's like,
I will. I mean, I'm more drawn to, like, I think there's like a creme brulee, like one that they do.
You're kind of stuck up. That sounds like you.
No, I just like the kind of burnt sugar kind of flavor, So caramel. I'm always.
Well, that does sound pretty good.
So that's, but I usually, honestly, like, I barely drink coffee at Starbucks anymore. So
I don't even like the smell.
My wife and I, we go for walks, and there's a Starbucks that's like, if we do the Starbucks walk, it's like about a 6 mile walk. Almost
gotta earn it.
It's almost under 7.
That's dedication.
And but it's kind of nice because it's like we'll walk out there, have a little bit of breakfast snack, and then we'll walk back. And I like it because it's a destination. It's like sometimes
you're going for a reason.
Yeah, like sometimes we do these walks, and I'm just like, okay, 6 miles, it's fine. We make these different loops around our city, and there's lots of different paths that we try to do. kind of avoid all of the traffic noise, like the car noise. So the pass through the parks or different quiet neighborhoods, try to, get those steps in. So, but I like the destination, like food, you got me. So I like the dragon fruit drink. Actually, that's what I usually.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
It's like a pink drink. You can get a little bit of coconut milk in it. It's got some frozen raspberries in there. So
yeah, I just can't drink any of that.
Yeah.
But, Randy asked Jack, what about
tea versus coffee?
I don't drink either one.
Is there a third option, Alex Trebek?
Might as well throw Dr. Pepper in there too.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really?
I'm a Jack. Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, like,
I'm
to me,
the only one that's glad to be a pepper too.
It's got to be for me to drink it.
Taste. That's what it is.
Exactly. It's got to be really, really, really cold for me to even go. Okay, I'll try it.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine when you're drinking it, but as soon as you let off, you're just like, oh, what is that?
Oh my god!
I guess I don't have
medicine,
that
right?
I mean, it's just a taste that I never liked and I've never acquired. It's kind of like Diet Coke. You don't like it. You don't like it, and then eventually you get used to it if you drink it enough. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I've tried to do it with Dr. Pepper. I can't.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah, Dr. Pepper was one of my favorite.
It was invented by a doctor, right? It was medicine, right? Originally.
Well, that's what they thought. Yeah, it was kind of originally created.
It's like cocaine. It's well known that cocaine was in Coca-Cola. That's why everybody loved it.
Really helped.
They couldn't get enough.
Those cocaine babies.
No cocaine babies. At least it kept them from crying, right?
Yeah. Rub a little bit of cocaine on their teeth. I'm sure they'll they spike real quick and then they go right to sleep. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah. Whatever it takes to get kids to go to sleep.
Sarsaparilla. Yep. Mm-hmm. Which is basically just root beer.
Sarsaparilla. I've had sarsaparilla. Yeah.
We have kind of like a local like kind of old timey candy store here in town, and they have a lot of like special old drinks like that. I like to.
I love old time candy stores.
Yeah, it was a story on Facebook or somewhere like maybe a year ago.
I walked there.
There's one diner / whatever cafe. I think it's in New York or somewhere in the New England
cafe. It sounds like a horror theme.
Yeah, right. That still does it. The old way, like
the old way.
You get a glass and they pump the actual concentrate of the Coca-Cola.
I think it's the last place, isn't it?
It's the only place that still does it that way. Yeah,
because Coca-Cola, when the guy invented, he was a Civil War doctor, I think, and he finally got the formula working, but he died or something.
Yeah,
and then his son. And because it took him years to get it.
By the way, if you survive the Civil War, you're like, I'm a doctor. I can do anything,
And if you've seen Deadwood, we know what it does to doctors.
Right. Yeah, because you're sampling the medicine.
I think you see what you're having to experience.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Deadwood?
Yeah.
I always thought that they should have done
the movie too.
Should have done a spin-off of Doc during the Civil War, because it affected, obviously, it always comes back to the Civil War, and I don't know how you could be I don't know how you can fight in a war, to be honest with you, seeing things you should never see, but being a doctor where you're literally just sawing people's legs and arms.
Yeah, I think they just got used to it,
Yeah, I don't know how you get used to it.
Well, you don't think of them as people anymore,
and they have no, they're not being put under. It's just like
the chloroform was too expensive.
Here's that wood. Wait, did someone else use that wood? I don't know. And there's better.
I mean, your odds of surviving were so slim that it's just kind of like, hey, let's hack this off and good luck.
That's why most people died not from the
infection.
It was the infection. So anyway, that was Lincoln's War.
I mean, imagine getting shot by a 58 caliber ball. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's such a soft lead, so like it splinters. Like it's just that's why you had to amputate so much. It was just crazy.
But I don't know how anyone could bring me the saw. No, not my leg. Yeah, anyway, what was I talking about?
Something happy.
Went off topic.
I don't know.
The doctor.
Yeah, the doctors.
So he creates it. And so when he died, this guy was trying to buy it. So he offers the wife
nothing.
$300.
Yeah.
And the son goes, no, you have to give us both $300. And so he sold Coca-Cola to this guy for $600.
It's the same as with Frito, like Fritos.
Yeah. But what was funny though is that the well, not funny, but
still sold Coca-Cola for more than what the guys that sold Superman. So
yeah,
right,
yeah. But but what happened was he started doing franchising basically, where because the old, like you said, it was the pressing
keep making that motion. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting if you watch. It's on History Channel, I think.
History Channel, yeah.
The
Foods That Made Us.
Foods Made Us. I might rewatch it because it's so fascinating. But
the foods.
I've never watched all of it. I mean, I've watched a good portion of it. And I always thought they were all really good. Yeah, I mean, the one I remember is the very first one I watched because that was the one I was like, "This is so cool," which is the one with White Castle and Nathan's Hot Dogs. That one's so good.
Huh.
The one I liked was the cornflake one. Where the guy, he was owned
Kellogg's.
I love the drunk history version of that. By the way, I've seen that a couple times, but yeah.
But the guy, he just did it to feed the people that were in his under his care. Was a doctor, and his brother, who we didn't respect, is the one that.
Didn't he have some weird like anti-masturbation thing too? Like, some weird like.
Well, you can't do it while you're eating cornflakes.
I forget.
Right. Same with soccer.
Yeah,
they're great.
You can't use your hands.
That's where Frosted Flakes came from.
You look like something about Mary right here. Matt.
Oh, right. That's true. You did for a second. Yeah.
I could use some hair, Joe. I could use some hair. But anyway, so yeah,
you're just jealous.
I am jealous. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, those, if you, like I said, I know I've talked about it before. If you can watch them. They're very interesting.
I always forget that religion. Like it's a very specific part of like a very not a lot of people I know are that religion within Christianity, and they were just from what I know about them, they're not Amish, they're not Baptists, but they're kind of like
Mennonites.
No, they're not Mennonites, but like it's
Scientologists.
That's Scientologists. Like I wouldn't even know it if you.
They're all in Pennsylvania. Randy probably knows them.
But it's
they're Quaker barrels.
Well, like they
Quaker,
he was against it because he didn't. He was making
Quaker barrel.
Because the famous
Shaker.
brother invented the.
Randy's saying shakers. Survey says
grape nuts, but not grape nuts before they were grape nuts. No, they're not.
No, the guy stole the recipe
for grape nuts. It became grape nuts, but
he worked with them, and he stole the recipe.
I would have probably just come up with. I probably would have just come up with a knockoff version called Great Nuts.
Great nuts, yeah.
I mean, it's right there. It's like.
I don't think I've ever.
They didn't believe in like making profit. Like they did stuff because it just made sense. And
well, no, the brother didn't.
Yeah,
he was like, whatever. But the other brother's like, no, we could make people like this stuff. We could make money off this. And then the other guy stole the recipe and changed it and put some grape nuts in there. And it was like I said, I don't think I've ever had grape nuts. I've had frosted cornflakes, but
they're two
not
totally
so great.
Things. Yeah, grape nuts aren't that great.
Yeah, they're not great.
Do they still?
I can see why people would like them, because it's just something completely different. But it's not.
Well, change breakfast because you're not out there slaughtering a pig,
right?
Or you're working the farm. It's a box of cereal. It's like, hey, and I got some milk.
But even how cornflakes became an invention was neat, because Matt. So like, if you watch that episode, it's because they were just making the meal, as in like the foundation for making the grape nuts. They didn't call it's not grape. Grape nuts is the knockoff of this.
Okay,
whatever it is.
It is the Oreo to the Hydrox.
Right. Yeah. And so they accidentally left a bowl of it out, and it kind of got somewhat fermented. But they said, well, let's see if we can get something out of it so it doesn't go to waste. And so they were trying to roll it out to dry it out, and it was flaking off of the roller, and that's how cornflakes became.
And the younger brother said, "We got something here." I don't know if it's his stepbrother or something, but either way,
his younger brother.
He didn't respect him.
My grandfather always had a box of cornflakes. Always, yeah. So jumped into the conversation right now. Okay, well, welcome. We're talking about cereal now.
I'm laughing at Randy. Ever eat a pine tree? Right. Most parts are edible. That's Yule Gibbons.
a lot of fiber.
Do you guys remember Yule Gibbons?
Nope.
It was a commercial for grape nuts, and he would go. This old guy would walk around and go, "Hey, look at this branch. You know, most parts are edible, but they're not as good as grape nuts." And this guy, so that became the joke. He said, "Hey, look at this pile of shit here. Most parts are edible, but not as good as grape nuts." So anyway,
we have this ongoing joke in my house because we watch It's a Wonderful Life, every now and then. And there's a line in there where George goes to visit Mary after she's come back from college, and he's feeling real awkward, and he's just kind of sitting there on the couch with her, right before the mom upstairs is like, "Sam Wainwright's calling." It's like right.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's in that whole scene, and he sits down and he's like, "I see it still smells like pine needles around here." I don't know what the fuck. Like, where did that come from? Where did that line come from? But
didn't they have like a pine tree there or something?
I don't know. It's not like it's part of the plot or anything like that.
He just a comment.
It's just a throwaway awkward line.
Well, he was mad at the old guy in the wheelchair.
I see it still smells like pine needles. So
it probably was a judgmental thing of like, this house is a piece of shit, and it's probably made of something cheap material, or maybe
your mom is a bitch.
Yeah, or who knows?
Yeah,
it's like my neighbors. I like them because they're very direct, but sometimes they're a little too direct because they're very German. And
are they the ones that have the bears go in their yard?
No, that's this way, whereas that was this way. But
okay.
The people, I guess this house before I moved in had like a somewhat, not mildew, but like a damp kind of smell to it. And like it was like first thing when she came in, she was like, "Wow, the house doesn't smell like old sponges." And I was like, "Okay, thanks."
Was this after you had your water accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you kind of wondered, like, what did it smell like before I bought it?
It's like that commercial. How many cats do you have? I'm so embarrassed.
I get that more when I visit people. If somebody has a big dog, forget about it. Your whole house smells like a big dog. Like there's just an odor. No offense to people with big dogs, they're lovely dogs.
Especially if it rains.
But man, like their hair gets everywhere. I mean, make fun of me for having a mid to small sized dog, but my house doesn't have wet dogs.
You got cats too. Cats shed like crazy.
Yeah, we got the RoboCat thing that works really great.
I was going to talk about my cat. I think I complained about him before, and
covers it up. Don't have to you have to take out the drawer thing in the bag, but I don't have to scoop.
Cats are a pain in the ass. I mean, our cat. I've changed his name from Timmy to Asshole. Wah, wah, wah. Shut up! Leave me alone. I go. Why are you asking me for food? I'll come out of the shower. He's right there by my shower. I go, really? You're going to bug me for food? You wake me up all night long and you want food? Get away from me. And Cindy, a couple of weeks ago,
get that cat out of here.
She woke up one night and the cat had thrown up and she slipped and it goes boom. And she's like, ah! I go, I thought she fell down the stairs. And I go, because I hear this screaming and stuff like that. She says, no, I'm over here. I go, oh, okay. But she ended up twisting her knee and her back. So she had to go something with her knee.
Jeez.
And she has to go to her. Now she goes, because she's had back pain. And she goes, oh, now I know why you're such an asshole all the time. So anyway.
Probably Timmy, although Meowser's definitely.
No, Timmy doesn't fight. Timmy doesn't fight. Timmy is a pussy cat.
Yeah. Meowser's just basically hides all the time. So our other cat, Kitty, though. Kitty is basically a dog cat. He loves to be around. Now he can be obnoxious sometimes, where it's like he can be a toddler sometimes. Like it's been like right before we start to record, and he's just getting into shit to get my attention. And I think there's been some shows that I've started where I've put him on my lap with a blanket over him just to get him to chill out. But he's a loving cat. He likes to be on a lap. He likes to snuggle. He purrs real loud.
Well, Timmy was a a foster cat. My daughter was fostering cats, and then eventually I said no more because the cats didn't leave. They adopted the cats, and Timmy was a really cool as a kitten was really cool, but he hung around my cat, which was Ledger, who Jay and Colleen wanted to take, and after I had shoulder surgery, I've told this before, he never left my side. So he became my cat. And I'm not a cat person, but this cat became my cat. And then once we had to put Ledger to sleep, Timmy was never the same. So, but Timmy's a dick. I mean, but he doesn't, it's funny, when the grandkids come in the house, he has a place where we keep the towel, what do you call it? The linen closet. Yeah. We put a towel down there. He opens it up and closes it and hides in there until he goes. They'll go, "Where's Timmy? Where's Timmy?" And I go, he's not a, especially you kids. He's not a kid. Yeah. He's not a person. He runs. Mm-hmm. But sometimes Timmy goes, "Hey, we should take a commercial break."
Okay.
You're pulling a Chris tonight here.
I know.
Well, someone has to. Falling asleep on the job over here.
She gave Sherry's giving you the
AI overview. The line highlights George's nostalgic feelings for his youth and the time he and Mary spent together at the dance. Where was the pine needles? Where's the pine needles at the dance?
Is that where the dance where the pool opens up?
Yeah.
And
which would have happened during the summer, by the way, because they were all graduating.
And the actor that played Alfalfa, in The Little Rascals, is in that.
He's the one that's like basically, "Hey man, you want to get back at this?" He's the guy that she rejects.
Yeah,
she's the guy that
why are you rejecting me?
He kind of butts in and says, "Why don't you go away and bother somebody else?" And he's like, "Hey," and then he takes over.
Why don't you make like a pine tree and leave? Right. Well, that's where the pine needles come from.
And then there's another guy that comes in and is basically like, "Hey, let's get back at them." Trees. And he's kind of like the instigator. So
because the guy that played Alfalfa turned out to be a real dick, and he was.
I don't think it's a line from anything that was cut. But maybe Sherry, maybe it was. I just thought it was kind of like a nice throwaway line. But yeah, I've watched like the I don't think there's a director's commentary, but there's a commentary version that I've definitely watched because I like weird trivia about that movie. So like the scene where Uncle Billy wanders off after he kind of wanders off and he kind of falls down.
Why did you lose the money?
And you hear this crash off camera basically in this scene. And he's like, I'm all right. Like that's all ad-libbed. Like the actor actually fell into something.
I've heard that.
Yeah. And so it was kind of a nice cover, that they, and then they kind of look at him and then they get back to their conversation. They just pick up the whole.
I like when the actors improvise.
Yeah.
And I on YouTube, I'll watch things, bloopers that actually made the movie because people or like they didn't expect what it was like in The Godfather, the guy that played the singer.
I guess. Oh, yeah, supposed to be Frank Sinatra.
But Marlon Brando, he was supposed to have a bigger part.
Oh,
but the guy they hired couldn't act, and Marlon Brando had no patience for him. So when he slaps him, he's slapping him because he can't act. That's what I saw on YouTube. He's like,
wow.
And the guy was stunned because he wasn't supposed to slap him. Mm-hmm. You can start by acting like a man. Boom. He hits him and he's like, and the guy's like, oh, and you see his face kind of like, what was that?
Yeah.
So I also read months back that the cat was just a cat that randomly walked in on set. Yeah, and he just picked it up and just went with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how brilliant Marlon Brando was. I mean, he's kind of an asshole, but he was, a brilliant actor, which most brilliant actors are kind of assholes.
Yeah, they're prima donnas.
Well, most people are assholes. So
it's like that. I mean, I guess because that's the last thing I remember watching, not with him, but about him. Was that Val Kilmer documentary where he said that he did the Alan and Dr. Moreau just because he wanted to work with Marlon Brando because he wanted to work with him so bad. He goes, and like 80% of the time it was a stand-in. It was just like so
So disappointing.
It's so disappointing that he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And there's not much of him in the movie, if I remember.
No.
Like he has a small. I remember watching the movie too, like being excited too. That I was like, it's Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer, and it's just like you just don't get. It's
and
like
there was
if you advertise for something like that, and then deliver on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that Marlon Brando was his own person. He just was a kind of a dick. And there was a scene where in Goodfellas where Henry Hill, what's his name?
Ray
Liotta gets slapped by Paulie, and it wasn't in the script. He gets slapped, and you can see his look like, and it's like the actors just decided to. It's
there's a lot of stuff in that movie that I can't remember what happened. Ray Liotta was talked about that before he passed away. How the scene where his girlfriend / wife kind of gets harassed by that
Karen
jackass across the street. Yeah.
And
he pulls in and just beats the shit out of the guy with the gun. If you remember, pistol whips him. Something happened to him in his personal life that day, and he goes, it was a lot more. I mean, it fed into the scene, but he goes, but it really wasn't.
Maybe I shouldn't have really hit him. It
was really. They said it was like basically a one take thing because it was so intense. It was like, got it. Like you don't need anything else.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of things that just
Ray Liotta died.
Yeah, he died like maybe 4 years ago.
4 years ago, yeah.
Huh.
I think he had a heart attack.
I love Ray Liotta.
Oh, 2022. I didn't realize that he passed away. He's in an episode of Modern Family.
Yes, because they go to his house, right?
They go to his house. Yeah, they think that it's Bette Midler's house, and it's
Ray Liotta, and he comes out. He's great in it.
He is. He is. There's a really funny cameo. There's an episode that is all about cameos, and it's really there's a Billy Crystal cameo. It's really funny because they don't know who he is, and they just kind of like, and he's saying all of these like lines to try to get them to recognize.
They're like, whatever.
The
Ray Liotta is when he goes, people keep thinking Bette Midler still lives here. She doesn't live here. It's me.
It's a really funny break because you usually see Ray Liotta so serious or in these serious roles. So to see him
and
play
Goodfellas was his first big major movie, and it's like he was great in it,
and features a Harry Nilsson song at the end.
You're right.
There's a Neil, isn't that a Harry Nilsson?
I've been once since I've watched the film. So
it's like it's the one at the main scene when the helicopters are coming for him. It's and
my poor brother. He's
sing it.
You're like, sing it, Matt. I'm like, I couldn't sing it.
No, the music in Goodfellas is great too.
I'm looking it up here because I gotta.
I think they finally. I didn't know this until yesterday in the movie Forrest Gump.
Hold on a second. You sounded like Forrest Gump. You said
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
The actor who did Elvis's voice.
Jump into the fire. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jump
into the fire.
The scene where he's still a little boy and Elvis is staying in their house. He's doing his walk and he's like, I like the way he,
why he moved.
And so you don't really see Elvis. You see him like blurred in the background, but the guy's like, oh, that's all right, man. I ain't bothered. And they finally revealed after all these years who was the guy who did the voice of Elvis. It was Kurt Russell.
Huh.
Oh,
so if you go watch that movie,
Kurt Russell played Elvis.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Nice callback there.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised that they wouldn't have like made more of a thing about that because that's such a meta reference there within the movie.
Huh. So, and Kurt Russell, one of the most top 10 favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I think I know I've said this before. Like it was one of the reasons why it was hard for me, even though I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it was really hard for me to watch it because I didn't want to see Kurt Russell be a bad guy. I don't like watch him being a bad guy.
What do you think about the Quentin Tarantino? The
Hateful Eight. I think that's different.
Is it Death Race? Is that the one?
Or no, not the
He's got the car, and it's like
that one. Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Wait,
yeah.
What is that one called? Damn it!
It's just Quentin Tarantino in it.
I think it's a Tarantino directed movie.
Death Race, the new
not Death Race. I'll have to look.
I remember the original.
It's like
Cindy and I still do that. How many points for that person walking really slow across the street.
Death Proof.
Death Proof.
Death Proof. That's it.
I don't think I've seen Death Proof.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Thank you, Treist. I was looking for the Treist alley-oop here.
About time Matt Treist showed up.
Yeah, because he definitely it's or Grindhouse paired with Planet Terror. Yeah, it was kind of like the double feature of that grind, which I thought was a cool concept of what they were doing with.
Is that the one with Patrick Swayze, or he's the bar bouncer?
Planet Terror, no. But there's a girl that has a leg that's a gun in Planet Terror.
Oh.
Like her whole leg is a gun essentially, and
I was talking about Roadhouse, but that's okay.
And Death Proof, though, yeah, Kurt Russell, he plays a bad guy. So it is. I think that was one of the first ones where he was really playing someone so like,
because he never played.
Trust.
I mean, he was on Gilligan's Island. He was Boy.
I mean, other film aficionados might know more about his kind of lineage of movies there, but he doesn't play villains that often. I don't.
His dad owned a minor league baseball team in Seattle or Portland.
Huh.
Portland. His dad was an actor. If you watch a lot of Bonanza, Big Valley, a lot of the old westerns, his dad's usually the sheriff in these movies.
Sorry, Sherry. So a lot of times, Sherry, when I'm laughing at myself, I'm thinking of where I can take this conversation. And then half the time, I don't get to talk about what's in my head because it rambles on to something else.
That's why it's called the. I think his dad was named Bing. Russell, because Kurt Russell was a minor league baseball player. He played baseball.
Okay.
And speaking of like little random things, it is a movie, but it's not really. It's more of like a famous people thing. I was watching some interview with Bill Murray, and this guy brings up this thing. He goes, I heard a rumor that there's a certain movie that every time it comes on, you call the husband of that actress. And he just kind of like got this little devilish look, and he's like, and so for everyone out there, it's the movie Roadhouse, and so that's why Jack said it made me think of it, and that's why I was laughing, Sherry, because Bill Murray actually owned up to it. He's like, yeah, he goes, I'm good friends with Kelly Lynch's husband, and
David Lynch, right?
I guess it is David Lynch, yeah, and
I believe it's David Lynch.
And he goes, you're sitting there around the house, and it's 2 a.m. and TBS comes on, and next thing I know, I see some guy putting Kelly Lynch up against the wall and giving her the and he goes, and I'll just give him a call, and go, and he does like a voice. He goes, it's never me. He goes, it's somebody. He goes, hey, just letting you know that you might want to turn on the TBS right now because I think somebody's giving it to your wife right now. It's like, God. So apparently he's been doing this for years.
Must be great having Bill Murray as a friend.
Spouse it says although it says to current, so
it's not David Lynch.
Well, I don't know if she's had other husbands, but it's
I don't know.
Present Mitch Glazer.
Mitch Glazer.
That's what it says her spouse is on IMDb.
Okay, all right. Okay.
From 1992 until present. She's been married to Mitch Glazer.
I bet it's Mitch Glazer then. Yeah.
Okay, so, Mitch Glazer, the famous Mitch Glazer.
The famous Mitch Glazer.
What has Mitch Glazer done?
He was a writer on Scrooged. The movie Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Paul,
no wonder
There you go.
He was also a producer in Lost in Translation.
So there you go.
So there's he is good friends with.
There's the Bill Murray connection. There you go.
There's the Bill Murray.
You think of Roadhouse and you go, and you watch it, but if it's on, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, and I even like the remake.
But I never saw the remake.
It's not bad.
But you sit there and watch Roadhouse and you go, okay.
It's weird that you'd like a remake.
Exactly. You got a bar.
If Chris was here, I'd do the IMDb thing where I'd be like, okay, give me your rating, and I'd take him off screen. But Chris,
you're right.
All right, let's play. Let's pretend you're Chris.
Well, I don't know if I could give it a rating.
You got to give it a rating.
Okay, here's what I'll do.
Thought
I'll remove him, and then now Jack, you got to come up with the rating of what would Nick give just Roadhouse. Well, first just go
Roadhouse,
with
the
Roadhouse.
The original.
Roadhouse. Yeah,
I think he'd give it a 7.1.
That's a
Oh,
low.
He didn't write it down.
Oh, you didn't write it down?
Oh, I was about to write it down. I hadn't finished it.
Okay.
The original Roadhouse, the 89 or 88 film.
Yeah, the one Patrick Swayze. Perfect hair.
You said 7.1.
I said 7.1.
Man, that's too low. It's more like
Okay.
low.
it's more like a 7, like a 7, 7, 7, 8. You know?
Oh, so 7.1 is too low.
Yeah, 7.1.
You heard what I said, and you said, "Fuck, Jack." I'm not.
No, like 7. Because 7.1 to me is like, hey,
well, then now I'm curious. Is
7.1 is like if you're bored and you got nothing else to watch, give it a shot. You know?
Okay.
The remake?
No, like if a 7.1 rating to me is like, hey, if you got nothing else to watch and it comes on,
I think a 7.1's pretty good. I think you're being a little chintzy here with the little ratings because Roadhouse is stupid.
It is stupid, yeah.
Because like this bar that's owned by John Locke's dad, right? It's John Locke's dad that owns the bar. He's got like 40 bouncers. Yeah. How much fucking money could this bar be making? And you have Ben Gazzara, who's always a bad guy.
It was the 80s, man. There's a lot.
I get it. He's always a bad guy.
Sure.
And you got to hire what's his name? Sam.
Patrick Swayze.
Not Patrick Swayze, but you bring in
Sam
Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yeah.
Sam Elliott's got to come in with his long hair and just puts in a ponytail. How much is he? I mean, seriously, how much money are you making at this bar that you can have so many fucking?
I think there's more money being.
There's a lot of bikers going through there, man.
But how many bouncers? I mean,
he probably has a gambling thing on the side. You don't know.
Well, that's a plot hole.
That's a plot hole. Okay.
Nick would bring that down 2 points.
Nick, have you written down what you think the remake should get? Go ahead and write it down.
They're about the same. If I gave the original 7.7,
there's no way the remake. I've never seen it. But there's no way.
It's a little bit lower. It's a little bit lower. I give the remake like a 7, between a 7.3 and 7.5.
Oh, that's bullshit. Who's in the remake?
Jake Gyllenhaal and I forget who the bad guy is. He's like a wrestler.
This has got to be like the closest ratio on a remake.
Well, because Jack is right. They're both just silly, stupid movies. But if you want a good popcorn film, just like holy shit, the guy getting the shit kicked out of him.
I'm not ignoring Patrick Swayze's hotness because I said about his hair. I mean,
and that's what I was going to bring up as well.
Even when he pulled the guy's, he pull the guy's throat out or his heart out or something like that, and his hair's intact. So it's like he's fighting, he's doing all this goddamn stuff, and it's like,
all right. There is a funny episode of TV. Young Sheldon does a really funny send up of the whole Roadhouse thing because
Family Guy made fun of it too.
Well, just the way they do it, Young Sheldon, I like it in some ways better than Big Bang because there's no laugh track, and it has a lot more heart to it. You know, because it's more kind of like this family unit kind of thing. And so it's the son that's older than Sheldon. You know, it's his brother. I can't think of his name. They have a whole spinoff with him now.
Oh, and the girl from
it's his girlfriend on the show eventually. But
she was in the show with the Goldbergs.
Oh yeah, she was in the Goldbergs. Yep, that's right.
And
so anyway,
I guess she's older than the guy, right? Kid.
Probably. Yeah, that comes.
Annie Potts was the grandma, right?
Yes.
I never watched the show. I've just seen it on YouTube.
Georgie. Thank you, Randy. So there's a whole thing with Georgie and the mom on the show where she's kind of disapproving of the Roadhouse, but then they watch it, and she's liking it because of the Patrick Swayze part. And then he's liking it because he wants to be Patrick Swayze. So it's a real funny kind of like how all that plays out.
It's amazing because my wife was in love with Patrick Swayze. I mean, I'll be honest, I was in love with Patrick Swayze.
I mean, Georgie basically styles his hair, or his hair is styled in the.
But Patrick Swayze has a brother that's still, and he got hit by the ugly stick. I mean, let's be honest. He always has to play a bad guy because he's
like the twins.
Got the face for it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what happened to him? How did Patrick Swayze turn out to be so? Let's face it. I'll say it. I'll be honest. He's a 10. Patrick Swayze's brother is probably
okay.
like
I didn't know
he's
we
like,
were rating men tonight.
Well,
He's kind of a -6 now. But yeah.
Exactly. I wouldn't give him 7.1.
Okay.
But
Speaking of Patrick
he's
Swayze,
in a lot of shows.
He's definitely in his own league as far as attractive men. But the movie that was really weird to see Patrick Swayze in, talk about like Kurt Russell, like giving you weird vibes, but Donnie Darko, because Patrick Swayze's character in that movie turns out to be like a pedophile, and it is like so fucking creepy.
I forgot about
that. But his I mean, that movie's great. You know, I like Donnie Darko. It's got some time travel.
Oh, the actor we were trying to get on the show was what's his name from 21 Jump Street.
Patrick Swayze's mother was a dance instructor, which is why Patrick Swayze was such a phenomenal dancer. Well, it paid off.
What's his name?
You know?
The guy from 21 Jump Street.
Come on, Jack. You literally have an autographed photo.
I do. It's sitting up there.
Richard
Grieco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, I was watching TikTok, and they do the things actors before and after.
Oh,
and they did 21 Jump Street. I go, well, I gotta see Richard Grieco. I mean, nope, still looks bad. Still looks bad. I mean, again, it's sad because Richard Grieco was a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy. Yeah,
good-looking guy. Didn't drugs? That should be the poster. He should be the poster child for drugs. I mean, because you put him up there and you go, okay, Patrick Swayze. I mean, Richard Grieco was a good-looking guy. He didn't. I mean, drugs and alcohol did him in.
Kind of like the Water Boy. Wasn't the Water Boy where like they get him to speak in front of a kid's like football camp, and it's LT.
No, that's Little Giants.
Is it Little Giants?
Little Giants, yeah. It's Little Giants.
I trust Jack with the sports movies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lawrence Taylor,
yeah, and then somebody. But who is it then?
I swear. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I want to because it has to be someone that's like famous, like a fake famous.
This is tough because I trust Nick's memory, but
and then they
Jack
go,
maybe
don't do drugs. Yeah.
Don't do drugs. Is it the Water Boy?
I want to say.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that in Little Giants because Little Giants was a kid movie.
Yeah.
Where's Matt Treese?
He doesn't know this shit. He doesn't care.
Let me quickly look at that.
Yeah, but Roadhouse. Yeah, I'll watch it, but
Okay.
I'm shaking my head the whole time.
All right.
Kevin Tighe is the Locke's dad. That's because he was in Emergency.
On to something a little bit more current than Patrick Swayze. And Nick and I have already texted about this, so I'll try to keep this brief. For
so I'm left out.
Well, I don't think that you've started to watch Alien Earth at all.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
So, I know that you're, not so heavy into the alien thing, but since we've last talked, I have done a deep dive on the Alien franchise. I've gone through and rewatched all of the movies, including the ones that I fell asleep through a couple times, like Prometheus, the more modern ones.
I like Prometheus.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed Prometheus as I watched it a couple more times. It was just suffering from the end of the day dad nap syndrome for that movie. But Alien Earth has sparked my interest in the xenomorph, like all of the different aspects. The first four movies really kind of have their own vibes. It's almost like, Nick and I talked about how David Fincher was basically screwed over with the third movie. It's one of those classic things where the studio put the cart before the horse, essentially, and then they were mad about the horse trying to drive the cart. Like that's, best metaphor, right, Nick?
Oh, sorry. I was saying it was the Water Boy.
Oh, was the Water Boy?
That was the Water Boy.
That makes more sense because, yeah. I like Little Giants.
I like everybody. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, Little Giants is a classic. It's kind of a forgotten movie now, but it is a good movie. Sorry, Matt.
No, it's okay. I've lost Jack completely because I've started talking about Alien.
No, I'm doing something. Just go ahead with it.
Okay, he's getting his football fantasy.
Yeah, I agree with Jack and Matt with the Prometheus. Like I remember being very nitpicky about it when it came out because there's a lot of really stupid shit
Mhm,
to put the plot forward in Prometheus. Like, let's take our helmets off, or like,
Right.
hey, this weird snake thing, let's go pet it. Like, you know, like you're just like,
Yeah,
this is
like,
so
yeah,
stupid.
why would you be reaching out to
Yeah.
you're on an alien planet, like, why are you reaching out to do this? You're clearly gonna get fucked up from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell were you thinking?
But the and it's funny too, because we were texting each other, and I had thought that this happened in Covenant, but the whole scene where she's pregnant with this alien creature, and then she basically has the medical table doing a whole abortion,
Yeah.
like, and she's got to fight that monster, and then the payoff with that monster in the end is really nice and satisfying as that comes back around. But you start to kind of see, like, okay, her boyfriend gets infected with this thing and then they have sex. So it's like this really fucked up
Why
way
would you have sex after you got infected?
that we get to where she's actually giving birth to one of these like alien kind of creatures. And so it's kind of an interesting approach to that whole thing. And I know Ridley Scott was more involved with that. He wanted to explore like the early creation of that. He thought that the third and fourth movies should have gone there, and I think that was always kind of like a missed opportunity that they didn't do that, and so I think that's part of why he wanted. But as Nick and I also texted back and forth, they were setting up a trilogy. So with Covenant, it has a great twist ending. Won't give that away, but it has a great twist ending. It's not a direct continuation of Prometheus, but it does connect. But Covenant leaves you wanting the third chapter. It immediately, you're just like, oh fuck.
And I think because of Alien Earth, like, because I saw it today, like someone had asked him about is there ever going to be a third film? And he said, you never know. He goes, right now my focus is on Gladiator 3. He goes, but after that,
Gladiator 3,
which I don't know why the second one's terrible, but
talk about jump the shark.
Yeah, but he said, you never know. He goes, I'm not against it making the third one finally. I think it's just because neither one of them were really critically or financially successful.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to do. And then I like I said, so far I've really enjoyed Alien Earth, and so I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, if we never get an answer to it, that's fine. Like let some other writer take their crack at it. You know what I mean? Like if they have the blueprints for it, have a writer do something cool with it, or do like another movie that I picked up. Obviously, I finished all of the Alien stuff, so I was like, okay, let's do some of the Predator stuff. I watched Predator: Killer of Killers, that animated. It was really, really well done.
Yeah.
There's these different stories of these different people, and then it kind of coalesces at the end. And then I even, I figured Nick would like this too, but I love the little teaser outro that they give you too.
And they added that in after Comic-Con. The original after the post-credit scene was just them pushing the thing down, and you passed like a random person there, and you passed the girl from Prey, and that was it. That's where it ended. And then at Comic-Con panel, they showed us the complete. They're like, oh, like this extra minute's going to be added in right now as we speak. So anyone who watches it now on Hulu will get the full clip.
Okay, that's so cool.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But
yeah. So I was like, oh, that is fucking cool, because, and I started watching Prey. I'll probably finish it. So I'll probably finish it. I wanted to finish it.
Prey's good.
Before we, I
finished it at church.
You've praised Prey, and I've been wanting to finish watching it.
I've been watching a lot of favorite. Original Predators definitely.
I'd give it a 6.1.
There's also the 2018 The Predator.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that one's about.
Saw it, yeah.
So I'm going to watch that one as well, just because it's sometimes when as we've talked about, I've been doing these whatnot shows, and I've been fairly successful at selling some stuff.
Oh, I forgot. I haven't joined yet.
So I have I've been boxing things up, and while I box things up, or I kind of go through orders, it's a really great kind of thing to kind of have on in the background, like just watching like either Alien or, because I got to roll up stuff and go over the inventory and just make sure
roll up another joint.
It can be tedious. It doesn't take all day, but it can be like a good solid 4 hours worth of work after a show. But it's been profitable so far, and I've been able to kind of clear out some space for myself. So,
Sherry, a lot of dolphins that died are now being, at least they're being useful.
Sherry, the Alien versus Predator. I knew that you mentioned that was your favorite movie, so I watched that one, and then I painfully
never watched Requiem.
Watched Requiem, which is just such a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
I read some of the trivia while I was brutally putting myself through the pain of actually like enduring that piece of shit. I think that might be the worst of all of the Predator Alien movies.
I think it is. I think both franchise combined, I think it's definitely the lowest rated.
Yeah. I like that these movies can exist in their own realm, separate from the whole this is the mashup. This is what it is. Like, fuck it. Let's do the Batman versus Alien. Let's do the, like have these weird mashups, like they did with Dark Horse. Alien Rectum. I would not be surprised if we don't see an alien.
You wouldn't want ET doing your
the inventive ways is that they've had aliens jump out of people's bodies, but I don't know if anybody else is enjoying Alien Earth. There's a lot of mysteries kind of happening.
I haven't heard a lot about it.
This most recent episode, I'm just going to kind of tease this one aspect, and I think Nick's caught up in current. But there is a creature, and you get to kind of see through their vision at some point.
That thing freaks me out more than any other thing in that show.
Yes, it does. But that whole scene, I loved the weird fucking ass tension with it. So yeah, I know what you mean. That thing is fucking freaky as hell. But I liked how it honed in, and all of a sudden you see it looking, and it's just like, oh, that's just
some people have not with the aliens, but like some people are having a really hard time understanding this weird fascination with Peter Pan in this series, because especially in this episode,
wait, Peter Pan is in this?
No, but or is he? Like the boy genius?
Yes,
is so Peter Pan, like in the way that he looks at other people, the way he looks at outsiders, the way that he's
jealous.
He's just like Peter Pan. Peter Pan wants to be the center of attention at all times. And it's like
Peter Pan with a dick.
Yeah, he's so Peter Pan. I was like, that's so, and I don't.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how that.
You shut Nick off. It's like, hey.
No, I was trying to type and then it just kicked you off. So thank you for the chat. Thank you.
Roadhouse too high of an.
So what were you saying though, Nick?
No. I mean, that was it. I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying it. I like a lot. I mean, I know where they're going to go now with the brother, which I don't want to go that route, but we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I like it. I don't know if they're going to continue, if this is just a one season thing, or they'll keep going with it, or what. But yeah, so the 4 episodes we've gotten, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like that how the mythology is developing around the whole.
It's like I said to you, and where I really said to Cliff, though, is like what I've liked about it is that they're really doing something different, and they're doing something that's really their own take. Whereas in Romulus, to me, even though it's a good movie, nothing about it was really surprising, other than like the suspense and the tension was very good in Romulus. I was like, oh, yeah, we've seen this, like it's, but like, and that's why I liked the opening of Alien Earth so much, is that I remember I said that in the message, like, the very opening of Alien Earth, I thought, oh, are we just getting another origin kind of thing of like, oh, the alien takes over the ship, and they don't, like, they just kind of like flash forward through all that, and you just start with the good stuff. You're like, wow, like that is a show that has confidence in its audience to go like, yeah, you've seen this, exactly what's happening here.
Yeah,
we're showing you something completely new. And I was like, that's great.
And to that point, Romulus, Like, and the Alien, even the original Alien, takes a long time to develop. It's got that 70s spaciousness of just like letting the scenes develop. So Alien Romulus does have kind of a slow beginning in that way too. I do like the character development with the simulant and the human character in that. I like their character dynamic. That kept me kind of going through that movie more. And as someone who hadn't watched an Alien movie in a while, when I watched Romulus, I was like, okay, like I was like, oh yeah, I remember she's getting in the spacesuit. She's half naked. Yep, this is just like Alien. Like it has these callbacks there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and it had callbacks to all 4 of the films. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of like along for the ride with it, and it kind of got me intrigued in this. And I had watched it like several months ago. And so then when Alien Earth came out, I was like, okay, now's a good time to kind of look back at all of the mythology of all of these different. And I was surprised because I forgot about Resurrection, and then when I watched it, I was like, I know almost every fucking beat of this movie. I had watched Alien Resurrection.
It came out in like 99, Jack, or 98, somewhere in there.
Resurrection.
96.
Resurrection. Alien Resurrection.
It's the porno version of it.
Yeah, it's by a certain French director.
Oh no,
some other
an erection. Okay.
So, and I liked the actors that he fills his movies with. So, his style has got. Yeah,
I mean, when you really look at the cast of Resurrection, I mean, it has a solid cast.
Yeah,
it just wasn't quite all there. It's not a bad film. It's just not a great film.
Right. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It at least improves where Alien 3 was.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so if I were to do a rewatch, I would just say avoid Alien 3, avoid Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Yeah.
I highly recommend watching Prometheus, Alien, and Aliens if you're watching Alien Earth, because I think they all kind of have loose connections to it. So, but anyway, that's my Alien report. Thanks for letting me talk about that.
Mm-hmm. And with that,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't get over the fact that they're making a Gladiator 3.
That they're what?
They're making a Gladiator 3. What the fuck are they thinking?
One second. Let's take another commercial break before we get into Gladiator 3. Yeah, that surprised me as well, because I didn't really read a lot of reviews of Gladiator 2, but I did wait till it came on for free before I watched it.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
And I remember kind of going like, this is really bad. Like, it's not
stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of convenience that happens in it, and you're just like, okay. And then
the whole shark thing.
The shark thing was really stupid. It's like, okay,
I literally had to pause the movie. I said, okay, how the fuck were they able to get sharks?
Randy actually liked Gladiator 2. He said it's as good as Ghostbusters 2. Jack doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, Ghostbusters 2 sucks.
I'm advocating for you, Randy. I hope you appreciate it.
It just needed to be something else. It didn't need to be a rehash of the first film to me, because
just do it.
The way that the first one ends is, a hope. Like, we all know the Roman Empire falls, but it's just like, it's one of these like, hey, we're leaving it, like, hey, we're going to return to a republic. Let's give people hope. And what happens? None of that happens.
And there's no way that kid becomes a great gladiator.
Right.
Am I right? There's no way.
Right. Well,
he's soft. Let's just put it that way. He's soft. There's no way that kid, and the whole
shark throw a baseball. Yeah,
exactly. Couldn't throw a baseball. And the whole shark. I'm like going, they never put sharks. What the fuck are we doing here?
Was it Rome? Was it Rome that had the Gladiator? Was that the Gladiator show?
It's in Rome.
TV show. What?
You mean the
Rome, TV show.
The TV, on HBO.
Spartacus.
Yeah. No, there was a Rome on HBO. It was like
Rome.
Yes. Like the first 2 seasons.
It's only 2 seasons.
I thought the first season was probably better than the second, but it was still a fun.
The second season they rushed it to just finish.
Because they had to finish it.
Yeah,
it was too costly.
The first season is excellent. Second season they just kind of
Yeah.
It starts out good, but the last like 4 or 5 episodes,
It just peters off. Yeah,
And
I
there was-
remember. I
I
remember that'd be a show that's just like just watch the first season.
And I remember the cast. Some members of the cast were so pissed when Game of Thrones came out because they were like, "This is what our show should have been," and this is and they're stealing our show. It's like, well, the books were written in the '90s, so
Right.
not really.
Well, wait till you see the ending. Rome actors.
Yeah, that's true.
But Rome, unfortunately, didn't have. I mean, the first season is outstanding, and the second season is good. Like I said, good up until like the last. But there's no sharks floating around.
No, even like some historian was talking about that. He goes, I don't even think Romans even knew what sharks were. Let alone put them in
scene too where they were
I go,
throwing.
where did they get the
Granny
sharks?
Smiths. They were throwing Granny Smiths on their Starbucks.
Right.
I go, where did they get the sharks?
The Starbucks, especially.
The Starbucks cup, the Granny's apples.
Yeah, they got the boats floating around. I mean, they did fill the Coliseum with water.
They did, yeah. They
But
did.
there
They know they did it at least once.
But
there were no fucking sharks. There were no fucking sharks in the
There was no
goddamn
icebergs.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said,
What
I can't believe they're doing a Gladiator 3.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Outstanding.
Gladiator works on so many levels because they took the 1957 or 55 Fall of the Roman Empire movie and they condensed it down to make Gladiator, and they added in,
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, they made so many like good improvements on that old film and made it from like a 3-hour film into a 2-hour film, and like it worked.
Yeah,
I've watched it 100 times.
All right. Here we go, Nick. I'm going to take you off screen.
Oh.
You're gonna rank Gladiator. Okay, you're gonna rank Gladiator, the first one. Okay, so you're gonna come up with a rating for it, and then I'm gonna have Jack over here.
I'm saying 8.9.
Here it is, 9.4.
Oh,
dang!
I was close.
That's
I was
up there
close.
with
I didn't go over.
Alien ratings.
I said 8.9.
Okay.
I mean, Gladiator's a classic. I mean, it's
a great movie.
Film.
It's a great movie. I mean, the whole thing. But when you notice in Gladiator 2, they didn't say, "Are you not entertained?" Because people have said, "Fuck no, I'm not entertained. This movie sucks."
I'm not a huge Russell Crowe fan, but
no, there's only a handful of Russell Crowe films I like. Yeah.
Okay, out of Russell Crowe movies though, like let's just kind of go around. Like, what would be standout favorite or something that you appreciated?
Well, Gladiator is probably the number one. I also like the boxing one.
Gladiator.
LA Confidential.
Yeah, LA Confidential is good.
LA Confidential, yes.
Cinderella Man's
excellent. Yes.
There's another film of his. It's also a
Nice Guys. Matt Trees.
Nice Guys.
Yeah, Nice Guys.
Yeah.
The one that I really like of his that no one watches. It's also another.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, no, I do. That's actually one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right, I gotta look up Russell Crowe.
No, who's the director who did Gladiator? Oh, I forget his name.
Ridley Scott, right?
Ridley Scott, yeah, Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott did another film with Russell Crowe in 2004 called A Good Year, and it's so weird.
I didn't see that was about tires, right?
No. It's got used condoms, actually. It's so out of character for both of them. And what it is he is a London stock exchange broker who's just an asshole. And he inherits this vineyard in the south of France from his great uncle. And he goes down to sell it because he's just a material guy. But he ends up getting like trapped in the red tape about it. And he ends up falling in love, and it's got like a pretty good cast, and it's just a lighthearted film. And it was just one of those that came out of nowhere. No one watched it, but it's one of those that I like. It's just a little lighthearted film.
He's done a lot of movies I've never even heard of.
Yeah, I mean, the first movie I ever saw him in was the one with Denzel Washington in like '95, where he's the computer.
310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma. That was a good remake.
That's a good remake with Christian Bale. Christian Bale.
Yeah. Well, it's so hard to watch.
He a good year. He had a Master and Commanders, Beautiful Mind. He had a good run there for a while. Proof of Life, Gladiator.
He's got
The Insider, Mystery Alaska.
Mystery Alaska. Yeah, that's a good one.
LA Confidential. Well, I look about Mystery Alaska.
LA Confidential, I think that was yet.
What I like about Mystery Alaska, I love that movie because the opening scene where the young kids skating down the frozen river is something I've always wanted to do. I just said I would love to skate down a frozen river like that.
And then the one film we haven't even mentioned, it's not one of my favorites, and I wouldn't recommend it, which is A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, Beautiful Mind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's hard for me to believe that he would be that intelligent.
Yeah,
it's
wow.
It's just I
think Russell Crowe's a smart guy. I think you're not giving him.
And then he had his reality show.
I'm giving him enough credit.
Yeah. His reality show, which was drinking and fighting all over the world, that was pretty good.
But go back to Mystery Alaska. I've seen that.
Okay.
I saw it in the theater. I've seen it like 10 times. The funny thing is he can't skate. I mean, they can't even hide the fact that he can't skate, where these guys are, is he still going to be on the team? Well, he's the bruiser. He's the fighter. He's the guy. And that's how he stays on the team. Whereas Scott Grimes, who plays Burt Reynolds' son, can actually skate. He's a skater. And we even have, what's his name from Lost is on there, Kimi. He plays the big bruiser guy. And if you haven't seen Mystery Alaska, it's great. It even has what's the singer? James Brown is in it.
That's no. It's
oh no,
Little Richard.
Little Richard, and the mayor convinces Little Richard
to do a real
slow song because the New York Rangers couldn't handle the cold. And they're like, we can see that. And it's funny, it's true when you're on the ice and you're standing there, and I used to do a lot of squirt games where the kids couldn't really skate. You're standing in one spot for a long time during the winter here. It was cold. Your feet are like, they start to hurt. And so you're moving your feet up and down. So that's a real thing. So when they're doing the whole, he's taking a long time for and then he does the Canadian national anthem, right? And when your feet start to hurt because they're so cold. So that was an actual, I love Mystery Alaska. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go watch it. I think I'm going to watch it.
I was looking through his list too. He was also Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yep.
As well as Jor-El in Man of Steel.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
you got another film coming out.
We haven't mentioned Les Miserables that he also was in.
I didn't watch.
Not gonna watch that.
And Robin Hood.
Rob, that's right. Robin.
Yeah. Not that bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was. I mean, that's 2014.
But he had a good stretch there where he was doing some great movies. I mean, like I said, LA Confidential is a movie I haven't seen in forever, but I want to watch it.
I always like that.
I actually kind of feel sad.
Like
he's got another movie coming out in, I think, the year called Nuremberg.
Danny DeVito in that one? LA Confidential?
Danny DeVito?
They directed it or what?
No, I thought maybe I'm misthinking, but I thought he was in that movie for some reason.
I looked up Patrick Swayze's brother. His name is Don Swayze.
Mm-hmm.
He was born August 10th, 1958.
Sounds like a used car sale.
I mean, I was damned him from the beginning because there's no sexy man named Don.
Yeah, I was born August 11th. But he was in Honey Don't in 2025. I don't remember that.
Honey Don't. The Beatles?
CIS Hawaii.
Jack. Nick gets my jokes sometimes.
I didn't hear it. I was talking. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He was in 3 episodes of General Hospital.
I didn't even know he was
obviously I'm guessing a patient.
Danny DeVito was in it. Guys,
was he in it?
Feel like I'm crazy. Yeah, he's in it. So okay, here's the cast: Kevin Spacey didn't age well. Guy Pearce, Russell Crowe, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito.
Isn't Guy Pearce in LA Confidential?
Yeah, Guy Pearce. He's the guy that's his
straight.
Partner.
Yeah.
Well, they're not partners, but
he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, they end up. So anyway, sorry.
Don Swayze was in Ambush of Dark Canyon, so that was like a porn movie.
That sounds like a porn movie.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. He was in Sons of Anarchy, Hawaii Five-0, not the original, the remake.
Not the original, the porn.
I did a lot of soap operas. I can't believe that. Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives.
It was called Hawaii Shio.
Powder Blue, Cold Case, which was I love Cold Case.
I know Powder Blue.
Let's see, Knuckle Sandwich. Don't know. Anyway, that's Don Swayze. So if you people playing at home, you say,
Dan
hey,
Swayze.
I love how Randy is. I've only got to say like little snippets of this sentence, but he already knew exactly what I was talking about. That Russell Crowe's got a film called Nuremberg coming out November 7th, and it's with him and Melick, the guy that played Freddie Mercury.
Really?
And I kind of feel sorry for Russell Crowe because he's so fat now. He's playing
Goering. Sergeant Schultz.
No, he's playing Hermann Goering. And he was the fat guy in charge of the Luftwaffe. So like it's so he's basically playing the Nazi, and then
he's turning into Marlon Brando.
He kind of is.
It is, and not to pick on his weight, but he did let himself go. There's no way he could play Gladiator now. He'd be Fattiator.
Yeah, because you look how skinny he is in the 90s, and you're like, damn.
That also could be a porn name.
Yeah, Fattiator. I got a big fatty.
The chummeling.
Anyway, with Don Swayze.
Dan Swayze. I'll sell you a car.
Yeah.
My name's not Don.
And I have one episode to go on the sitcom, the history of sitcom.
Oh yes.
Last night I was watching, and they were showing like the Munsters and the Addams Family and My Favorite Martian, and I go,
yeah.
And you forget that the Munsters and Addams Family were only on for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But they filmed so many episodes a season that's why they can do reruns. And then My Favorite Martian was only 3 seasons.
I loved the way they broke down the Munsters versus the Addams Family, because the Munsters were like, the way they described it, it was people trying to fit into society, trying to make their way into American society and learn it. They were outsiders. The Addams Family, they were like, fuck it. Like, we're here. You have to deal with us. And I just love that, because I always liked the Addams Family more than the Munsters. Like, I
like the Munsters more.
This is when I watched them on Nick at Night. It was like the one that I gravitated to. I don't know if it was Morticia, but there was like actual sexual chemistry on screen. Like, you didn't have couples doing that.
I think they had a connection. Morticia and Gomez, they were off screen. They had a little.
Oh, did they?
Well, they talk about there was sexual. They were attracted to each other. Let's just say.
Interesting.
That. And because they say that he was attracted to her and she was attracted to him. Is
he still alive? He's the only one.
He's still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one. Yeah.
And the Addams Family was actually originally based off of a comic.
I thought it was a
true. Oh, was it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I like the fact that they say they had some
not a cartoon, but a comic.
They had a black actress on there. They couldn't have black people, so these were the people that were basically nobody wanted in their neighborhood. What they say, and I said, wow, I never thought about that. That's pretty. It's pretty. I'm glad you kept pushing me to watch it, because it's. I mean,
I knew you'd love all of the different interviews, the different like.
I love when they're talking about it, like All in the Family, and how how the shows like My Favorite Martian. I go, God, I forgot. I love when George Lopez goes, yeah, they hid the spaceship in the garage. In the garage. It's just like you're going. Yeah, that's good. Because I remember I go, God, that's right. I remember people would be snooping around the garage, and they just had it covered with a blanket.
Sean Astin's dad, John. Yeah, Matt Treist. Sean Astin plays Gomez.
He's Rudy.
So, Sean Astin's dad.
Patty Duke.
Yeah, that's right.
And Sean Astin were married, and that's where I think he was his stepdad.
It's his stepdad.
Yeah, stepdad. That's right.
He's not his biological dad.
But it's interesting how he has that like TV like lineage. Like he's got that kind of.
Well, Patty Duke was.
He was Nepo before Nepo was cool.
Exactly. But he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
What's weird about age and time, I think.
Stranger Things.
I thought you were going to shit on Lord of the Rings. I was like,
no. Who, Jack? Me?
Yeah, no, Jack. I thought Jack.
No, I wouldn't shit on. It's boring.
Sean Astin. It's because I think it's because I knew him from Goonies. When I was a little kid.
Talk about people who went Russell Crowe.
Well, he's like 5 foot tall.
Lay off the fried food there, Sean.
But I remember when Lord of the Rings came out, I was like, damn, Sean Astin's got to be old as shit. And I'm like, no, he's like 30 years old, you know, and you're like, but in my mind,
Because he's been around forever.
Yeah, you thought he'd been around forever, you know.
Sure.
Whereas then Elijah Wood and me are like born, I think, like 2 weeks apart, you know, and that blows my mind that he was like 16, 17 when they were making those films. You know,
but also, if you read the books, like, you know, Frodo is basically 50 some years old, I think, at that point.
Well, yeah.
Like in the actual books, like he's much older than Merry and Pippin, like age wise. There's some.
And Merry and Pippin was Sean Astin.
Merry and Pippin
was Dominic Monaghan. And,
Dominic Monaghan.
And I forget what the other guy's name is.
Yeah. He was the biggest name on Lost.
Well, he was one of the draws, because he had just come off Lord of the Rings, yeah.
And that Matthew Fox.
Yes, John Astin is still alive at 95.
Wow, that's
maybe
impressive.
John Astin is...
I'd like to see John Astin and Van Dyke do an arm wrestling match.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
because Van Dyke's almost. I hope he makes it to 100.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't want to be. Betty
we already lost Betty White.
I don't want. Well, Betty White was 99. It's like, okay, she should make it to. Because again, I've said this 1,000 times.
She was so close.
If there is a heaven, if I make it to 99 and don't make it to 100, I'm gonna cause a scene at the Golden.
You're gonna cause a scene, yeah.
Well, you age out of Legos after 99. So.
Is that what it is? If you make it to 99, you got to let me get to 100. That's bullshit.
I agree with you.
That's bull. I'd be up there. All right, God, I was 99 and I had 1 month to go, and you took me. That's bullshit.
That actually does bother me. Like when you see like a headstone or something like that, and it's like, let's say you're born in January, but you die in December. Like, dude, you're almost at your birthday. Like, to me, it's like you're basically there.
You can't just let me be in a coma for another month.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just until I get to the century mark.
Huh?
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Probably.
Because I'm looking at I'm 63. Mm-hmm. I told Cindy, I go, well, I get maybe 17 years, 18 years, maybe. And she goes, no, we're going to live longer than that. I go, maybe you. But I don't
feel like I'm ready to check out. We
didn't talk about it last week because we weren't here, but my granddaughter had a birthday party and she just turned 7. And it was at this arcade that has like fake bowling. It's like cannonballs. I mean, Nick would know back from his Confederate days what a cannonball is, right?
Well, they fired grape shot most of the time.
But they didn't use cannonballs?
They did.
But you know what a cannonball is.
Grape nuts. That shit would have gone right through you.
Yeah.
More ways than one, am I right?
All right. High five. No, other way. There we go. But anyway, they had this. It's on strings. I guess they have leagues there and stuff like that. I started out. I go, because I used to bowl when I was younger. I said, I could really get back. I would love to bowl again. I'd like to bowl again. My back has been so fucked up.
Yeah.
Since I did. I mean, I'm just constant pain. And we
got to stretch, Jack.
It's just the back's done. So
right.
So I got the pain in the hip down to my foot, and we go to the farmer's market last week because Cindy wanted to get a lemon tree, and so we go to farmer's market. We're walking around. I got my walking stick because my leg will go numb, and I don't want to be laying on the ground. So yes, my birthday was August. You posted it, Sherry. You let people know my birthday was August. So then I had to thank you. Anyway, so I'm standing there, and I finally told Cindy, I go, I got to get. She's in the German where they have this great bread and apple turnovers and all this stuff. I go, I got to get out of here because I can't stand around all these people. So I'm standing there holding myself up with this thing, and this little girl, it's like 6 or 7. She's looking at me like there's something wrong with me. She kept going. It's like when my sister, I'd go out with my older sister in public, people would just stare, because she was, had issues, and that, how people would stare back in the 60s and 70s. And this girl kept looking back, staring at me. I'm like going, I've just got a walking stick. What the hell's the big deal? So she could smell death.
I'm glad you laughed. I was like, is he gonna really love this or
it's funny.
She's like one of those cats. She's like, "Yep, your time's coming, mister."
Well, she's not wrong, but I'm like, look, I go, what are you looking at? It's like, I'm in
Throw
pain.
her away. Go back to the children of the corn.
The pain was like 100. It was so bad.
My back will have moments like if I overuse it or overextend it, or if I fall asleep on the couch. And I swear it's just like it stays with me a day. And it's always like, I gotta do the stretches, but if I aggravate it, it's like it stays with me for 3 days, and it's just like you get to that age.
It's worse when it gets into my hip.
It's just part of aging. It just doesn't. You just don't bounce.
I know the hip is from when I was
sucks.
Probably playing hockey, falling on it. I remember it was one time I fell on it. I just was laying there. I saw stars because I fell on my hip. It was so.
Did
painful.
you rub it? You don't rub it.
Did you rub some dirt on it?
I got pants on.
Did you walk it off?
And you don't walk
Did you rub it?
I don't.
No,
rub
I meant the other spot.
No, that's when I get hit with it in the ball area. Sure, you rub it.
Yeah,
but no, you don't. No, I didn't rub it. It's just like.
Are you still awake, buddy?
Yeah. Are you alive? Got hit by a puck. But no, the pain. It's like it's waking me up at night. And Cindy goes, "Yeah, I heard you crying the other." And I go, "Crying? I don't cry." Oh man,
I sleep.
You don't. I don't cry. She goes, "No, you were kind of like." Because and it wakes me up and I get up and I go. She goes, and then you took forever to get up, and because now that I'm up, well, I gotta pee,
right?
Because I'm 63. That's what you gotta do when you gotta pee when you're 63. It rhymes. So I gotta get, and it takes forever, and I'm kind of limping to the bathroom. But anyway, that's it. It was all started from that. So I said, you know what? I guess I won't be bowling. Real bowling, because the bowling ball is like 16 pounds and
you're gonna be really old Jack when you say we got to move house because I want a bathroom closer to the bed.
I'm thinking about just getting a porta potty and just putting it right there so I can just stand up and go. But no, it's just, and we got these stairs here. It's like, and then the grandkids. Oh my God, I was ready to kill them today. They're
Randy
really
wants to know something here in the chat. I'll just put that up on the screen for you. You can answer that medical question.
Did your grandson get bit in the balls any more? Oh, because Ashton got bit by my second youngest grandchild, Ashton, who's a pain in the ass. He got bit. He had to go to the hospital because he got bit by a bug in the balls, and so it swelled up. Did I talk about this on the?
You talked about it. That's why he's asking.
That's why Randy.
Oh, he's better now.
This
kid doesn't show any pain. He has no fear whatsoever. And I'm a little worried because he's going to
just imagining whacking himself.
It probably does.
Be like, hey, it doesn't hurt.
He's going to preschool, and I'm going to have to take him to preschool. And I'm worried about getting that call saying, you got to come get this kid.
Sure.
He's a great kid. He's a great kid, but he's rambunctious. The parents are into that gentle parenting thing where you don't want to hurt the kids. You don't want to get them upset because, that'll affect his, I'm like going, fuck it. This kid has no fear. Something needs to give here. And he bites, and he can be.
That could be.
He used to be the easiest kid. I used to say, "Yeah, bring him over. I love this kid," and I do love him. He's great, and he's got like today. I like to play around where I can't find it, and he would have this thing where he found this bib with Rudolph, so he wanted it. I said, sure. So it was in the car. And he's going, and he goes, "Oh, my bib, my Rudolph." And he comes around, and I go, it's right there. He goes, I don't see it. And it's at the end of the day, I'm tired. I go, it's right there. And he goes, I don't see it. And he's just fucking with me because that's what I do with him. So I put it on his head. Where's it at? I don't see it. I go, and so he goes, well, you joke with him all the time. So what do you expect him to do? I go, fucking listen.
Yeah.
So we're outside today, and we have this hill that goes in this overflow with waters thing next to us, these condos next to us. And he starts taking up, and my back is killing me, my leg is killing me. I'm outside sitting in the chair. I go, get back here. He looks at me and goes, fuck you. I mean, he doesn't actually flip me off, but
No, but
I know what he's saying.
But the fuck
look.
you is real. Okay.
Fuck you is
It's
real.
the look.
Fuck you, pop up.
And so I get up and I'm chasing him. I go, God damn it, stop! And so there's people walking their dogs. They look at me. I go,
damn it, Maverick.
I go, yeah, God damn it, man. I say that all the time, by the way. It's my favorite line from Top Gun. And so finally I finally get him to come down the hill and come back to the thing. Oh my God, he's just.
I have this grandpa. He walks his grandkids kind of down our alleyway, and every now and then, I hear him like, and like he just. So I just imagine you now.
But I'm yelling at. He has no fear. So when I go, God damn it, stop!
I think his two grandsons, one of them listens and the other doesn't. And it's that one that doesn't.
It can be frustrating, and it is a lot of work.
We have our alleyway. There's like a little hill, and so kids like to go down that hill because you can pick up. But that hill goes right into a street, like right directly into a street. So the grandpa will be like, he'll be at the bottom, and he'd be like, okay, you can go, and then he'll let the kids kind of go down it. Fortunately, it's not like a sled, like they're out there for like hours at a time.
Yeah, we have these electric scooters we got off TikTok, and the kids love them. And there's a sidewalk that comes down and then goes through it's the condos over here, and then it goes into our grass, and then our driveway, then the grass, and these kids, we make them wear helmets. They're flying.
That's good. Yeah, the helmet is key.
They're flying down this hill.
Yeah.
And they love it. They're like, I go, put 2 hands on that wheel, 2 hands on the steering wheel. And they're like, and they love doing it. But it's like, I said, no, I can't let you go up by myself.
I had a student, college student that he had a wreck on one of these, downtown, you get the rentals or whatever, hit that curb, went flying and just like smashed his head real bad. And he came to class and I was like, go home. Like it's rare that I ever tell a student to go home.
You're
but
Gary Busey now. Go home.
I was looking at his drawing and I was like, this is not good. Your brain needs to rest right now, and he had a whole gash. Oh my gosh. I just was like, ever since then, I've just been like, man, those things are deadly. Need to have a helmet.
I don't like them doing it, but they love to do it. And
sure.
You got Alex.
Their bodies can bounce back.
Alex is like this. I go, put your hands on the steering, and Alex is kind of like, fuck you too. And
what were you gonna say, Nick?
Well, I'm sure I told you guys, like, because when I first moved to LA, or maybe I get 8 months or so into living in LA. This is before Bird and Lime came out. And there's a store in Pasadena called Irby, which is short for Urban Electric, and they made electric scooters that you could buy, and they're like a lawn chair, like they're just a little column, and you push a button and it stretches out, and it's got a battery, a little power wheel on it, all this. But the thing is like it's so small, you look like a jackass when you ride it, but the steering the steering is just extremely loose on it. And the first, maybe second day I was riding it, I was wearing shorts, and I always have I have a long wallet, and I felt that it was falling out of my back pocket as I was riding this thing. So
why a long wallet?
I've always just had one. I think it goes back.
He likes it long. Don't question it.
It does. Hey, as long as he can handle it.
No, I think it stems back from when you used to write checks, and so I'd have my checkbook in there too, and I've just always.
Where are you going to put that?
Welcome to the 70s.
Right. But I felt it falling out of my back pocket, and instead of like stopping the scooter.
Wait, hold on a second. Sure, his back pocket.
The butt cheeks. Do you think his butt cheeks were holding it in?
Yeah. Instead of stopping the scooter, I just took my hand off of one of the handles. But like I said, it was one of those. It was so.
Then immediately,
it just in the end of the stick.
My ass.
Oh. And because once that wheel goes sideways, you're going.
I flew forward. and my back right ankle got cut on the disc brake. And I remember just laying in the middle of the street. And I did have a couple of LA people, which is shocking for LA, actually go, dude, are you okay? I'm like,
right.
As they ran you over with their car.
Yeah, exactly. But you're in shock for like the first few minutes, like, oh my God, and then I got back on the scooter, it worked, so I just drove off, and I realized probably about 2 blocks down, I was like, oh, I'm fucking bleeding, and
right.
And I actually have a scar on my stomach. It didn't actually break the skin, but like it impacted the tissue underneath my skin hard enough to where actually a scar formed where the end of the handle hit.
Jeez.
And I went.
Just tell the ladies that's from World War II.
Right. I got stabbed actually in LA. It's one of that's what I say. Like, knife fight.
I was protecting someone. You know how it goes.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Did you see Predator 2? It's like that. Anyway, but then I was just being like I actually did get cut though on the back of my heel, and I could walk fine, and I thought, oh, it's fine. But then I sent a picture to Moria, if you remember her. She's a doctor up in Canada, used to back in the day. And it's like, hey, what do you think about this? She's like, you should probably go to the hospital just in case it nicked your Achilles. And I was like, yeah. And of course, then it cost me $600 to get 5 stitches. And I was perfectly fine. I was like, God damn it, Maverick.
You gotta get stitches.
Yeah, but like it is fine. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I quickly learned. Never take your hand off of the
it was probably 8th grade. I'm riding back to my house. Back then, I mean, I didn't wear a helmet. It's like
nobody did back then.
We didn't have helmets.
This is likely that we survived, but there was like kind of like a nice little slope going down towards this was when I lived out in Washington State. So there's a nice little slope that kind of went down this road, and I'm riding in the middle of the road, like I can see cars coming behind me or in front of me, but there's nobody around me, but I'm riding kind of on that yellow line, and there's a rock right there, a rock in the road, and that wheel, my front wheel hit that rock, went sideways. I went flying, and I landed kind of on my left arm, and so I had gravel lodged kind of in this part of my skin here, so it's on my, so it's bleeding, and I'm not far from my house. I'm somewhat close, so I pick up, and like you said, Nick, you're kind of dazed, and you're just like, oh fuck, and you get home, and it's like you get home, and it's like, Mom? It's like, Mom's not home, and it's like, that's just me. And
where's the iodine?
I have gravel still in my arm. And this was, God bless my mom. I mean, she's gone, but she forced me as a child to like use my right hand and had me do like certain things to help develop it.
Right.
So pays off here, years later. She's not around, I was living, she was out there, but I had to use tweezers with my right hand to get rocks out of my flesh in my left arm. I mean, sure, I could have waited around, until she showed up. But
you did the right thing.
But I got it out, I put alcohol on it, cleaned it up, and of course I got nice scar tissue ever since then. But it was just kind of a nice, like, full circle, it's like,
it's funny how because I know we used to have canyons around our neighborhood, but we had to cross this busy street. Yeah, they didn't have any lights. It was a dangerous place to go across. And my mom said, never go in those canyons. Never go in those canyons. Of course,
you went in the canyon.
What would you do? So there was this hill you'd go down, and you had to jump. But there had like a dry creek bed, because it's San Diego, there's no rain. And my back tire hit the edge of the thing, and I flipped over. Ooh. And I'm rolling over, and we didn't have pads, and we didn't do anything like that. I got scrapes on my face and my arm, and so I wasn't worried about that. I was worried, how am I going to go home and explain this?
If anybody's listening and knows what I'm talking about, but The Simpsons, where Homer falls down the canyon because he tries to jump the canyon on Bart's skateboard, That's what I'm imagining is you falling down this canyon.
I had road rash all over me,
picking up brush along the way.
So the kids I was with helped me up, and we go back, and I go home, and my mom goes, "What did you do?" And I go, "I fell in the street," because I couldn't tell her the truth because she beat the shit out of me.
It was an icicle.
I said I hit what I'd said as I go. I hit the sewer drain. My tire went in, and I flipped over. She goes, "Oh." So yes, Richard Green was in some kind of scooter accident. But yeah, I'll never forget that because I really got, because we were down there one time and someone had set fire to the canyon, and we're walking. We used to cut through to go to the boys' club, and fire starts burning, and so we're trying to run out. I go, they're going to think we set the fire.
Oh,
so just running like that. We used to ride skateboards through they used to have pipes and stuff underground for like drainage. Yeah, but there's no water in there because it didn't rain. So we'd ride our skateboards to go to the boys' club and stuff. But I was never supposed to be down there. And my mom was probably right because there was hippies back then, people doing their doobies and stuff like that.
Hey, man, why don't you come into my van?
Hey, kid, you want some candy?
Because there was a thing there, too, where they had a rope that you'd let and they had a net, and you could launch yourself into the I don't know, put it there, but there was good times, and now it's leveled and there's houses and condos on it.
Man,
kids don't know.
Matt's random comment there about it was an icicle. One thing that drives me nuts about that scene, is a perfect excuse. Like,
we're talking about a Christmas
story, a Christmas story. Like,
we'll shoot your eye out.
It was a perfect excuse. Like, oh, I was doing it and an icicle and it fell and it knocked off my glasses. But the icicle or the BB hits him in his right eye, but he steps on his glasses and the left lens breaks. And so it's like it's an opposite. Like, so if you look at it, you're like, oh, like a smart parent would have been like, I thought you got hurt on this side,
right?
But yet your glasses are broke on the other side. So
That's interesting. I'll have to remember to look for that.
And speaking of Christmas movies, just because you guys are talking about A Wonderful Life, I don't watch that one as much as I used to when I was little. I think because in 2000 or 2001, the Nick Cage film Family Man, that came out, which is the exact same movie. It's A Wonderful Life. It's opposite though. It's like it's more happy, and I think that's why I tend to watch it a little bit more. It's not as good as A Wonderful Life, but
I think it's just we watch it really for these corny lines, like I know that she doesn't always appreciate it, but there's a line from there that sometimes I'll say to my wife. I'll say, "We'll wait for you, baby," because it's like it's when I don't know what's her name, the town Violet, and she's like, "Hold on a second, guys, I think I got a date," and she goes off with George Bailey or whatever, and
she's hot.
And then there's these two older gentlemen. They're like, "We'll wait for you, baby." And it's this weird line.
That was a good-looking actress. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what you're talking about until you said George Bailey.
Family Man. Eh?
Well, we're talking about A Christmas Story. First, and then I said, then going back to that because I said I haven't watched It's a Wonderful Life in probably 20 years because in 2000 or 2001, Nick Cage film called The Family Man came out, which is basically It's a Wonderful Life, but it's just got more. Whereas in like It's a Wonderful Life is so sad, up until the end. Family Man is a bit more comedy, and so
isn't it The Weatherman?
I think he did a movie called The Weatherman.
Yeah,
he did do The Weatherman, but that's different.
I got canned, but I thought it was funny.
Different than The Family Man.
He also did The Man too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he also did Adaptation Man.
Yeah.
And National Man.
He does a lot. He does. How am I not in that movie?
Face Off Man.
I did like the one that he did with the one that's basically he's playing himself. I thought that was a good film.
Adaptation.
A couple years ago, the one with Pedro Pascal.
I've never seen that.
Pedro Pascal. Okay.
The one that's like Pedro always touching him.
He's always touching him. because he has anxiety, Jack. Yeah.
I know.
It's kind of like that old SNL sketch with Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider, yeah, where they're the waiters, and they constantly.
Oh yeah,
excuse me, excuse me, yeah, and they just like you want my pepper? Oh yeah. Like,
I think Dana Carvey does a bit on that too.
Yeah, Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you can't go wrong with Dana Carvey.
Yeah. Let's take one more commercial break just so that we make sure that we have a full deck here.
A full deck? I don't think we have a full deck.
Well, we know you're not working with a full.
I am not.
We're down a Ramblecaster here, so Chris.
You think Chris is going to show up?
Nah,
I don't think so. Yeah, so he's.
Do you think he was telling the truth or just making something up?
No, I think he's telling the truth. Like, I don't think he'd make that up.
I don't know.
Speaking of problems, though, you remember like it was a few months back, like back in March or April, whereas my external hard drive, went kaput.
Oh yeah,
So I bought a new one, and then that one went kaput. And it's something just about the way stuff, new tech today, it's cheaper, but it's also a big piece of shit. And these are I'm so used to buying the old disk drive external hard drives, the ones that actually have little discs in them. And then because they're like $100, whereas then if you can, I've got one actually right here, the newer ones. This is like what I'm buying now, which is a Samsung. It's a 4 terabyte solid drive. And these things, they're like $300. But
what does that do?
It's just like a big memory. It's like a big flash drive. And so
can I have that installed in my head?
What were you saying that you were about to say something? There's no moving
parts, so it's like it's basically like a big flash drive. And so they're 3 times the cost, but I can move over all my music, all my photos, everything I want in this one thing, and I know it's not gonna like just break down.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's because that freaked me out back in March because I had everything on one. And I was like, son of a bitch. And then this one, the one that I moved everything to, it's because it's had so much stuff on it. I just kind of left it plugged into the computer, but all of a sudden it just stopped recognizing it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I got to take it to another and I can get them to transfer that stuff over again. But luckily I know the problem. It's just that the file is getting corrupted for some reason. And like once I move it over to these solid states, it'll be fine. But it's
all that porn.
I should, like I said, when I wrote the Pleasure Ranch on the other, I had another computer. I dropped that one down the stairs and it cracked up. It basically I have to have it repaired. I've never had it repaired. It's just sitting in there, and I'm like going.
There's so much room, I think, within the Tron universe that I wish that they could explore some of these, side kind of stories where, sure, you have like the whole major takeover of reality and all of this kind of cyber stuff, but take Jack's computer, for instance, Pleasure Ranch, right? The computer falls down, it breaks, right? What if within that, like all of these like little cyber things, like all come to life, and there's like a whole world within your computer, and now that it's broken, it's just like all of these things are getting mixed up. So Pleasure Ranch is like now interacting with like a cyber you, and it's like what I mean? It's like this could be a whole like side story,
Well, Randy asked if there's going to be a sequel. It's an 8-part miniseries.
And we'll never get the first part because it's gone now.
It's still there. I just got to fix the computer, right?
Okay.
I'm just telling you, Jack, you probably should retitle it because you're going to get a lot of people that are going to tune into this thinking it's going to be something completely different, and then they're going to be disappointed that it's not a Pleasure Ranch.
No, Pleasure Ranch is a pleasure ranch.
Oh, right, I remember that.
It's a whorehouse.
Yeah,
on this ranch.
But it's more in the Yellowstone type story, not the actual.
No, not.
It's not the hey, lady, let me help you get off that horse.
It is. It's a whorehouse. I mean, what?
And it already has product tie-ins.
Yeah,
it's in the name. Pleasure Ranch dressing.
There you go.
Would you like yours extra creamy?
Yeah.
We have a honey vinaigrette.
And it's what the best part is for me I'm a fan of old school westerns like Bonanza and Gunsmoke, and all the characters the names are from Big Valley, Gunsmoke, Bonanza, Ayla Smith and Jones.
There is a market here for this, like as much as people like meta things, like seeing like all of these different things kind of come together or coalesce. I'm thinking that there is a way that like all of these people are kind of existing in the same universe, and you're just trying to weave that story that like has this,
there is a twist, because the guy that was in prison for 20 years that stole the gold from his brother, that the gold was going to the Confederacy, but I did that for Nick. He steals the gold he shoots his brother, steals the gold. Now he hides it and he goes to jail for 20 years, and he's been abused. Who's what they call the person at the prison, the head guy, warden has been abusing him and torturing him to get the information. He doesn't give in. He's all beat up now, but he is the father of one of the kids from Pleasure Ranch.
Oh,
so
okay.
There's the twist. I'm giving you guys a secret.
Yes, I mean, I like it.
Yeah, but his dad, the guy that is a fast gunfighter, so is his son. Now this is where you have the Bonanza's theme, because the four brothers are all named after the four of the brothers on the Big Valley, but in Bonanza, all three sons had different mothers. All four sons have different fathers, because the woman who's now married to the guy, she was the mother of all these, and she eventually marries the owner of Pleasure Ranch. So
I like the flipping around. It's like the mother,
it's the mother instead of the father.
That's a great way to kind of like hide their identities too.
Yeah,
because you could have like they, since they're by different fathers, they'd have different last names. So they wouldn't even know that they're related, even too. Like that could be.
Well, I think
if they're all bastards.
Yeah, well, they probably don't. I think they have the same last name, because they go.
Okay.
Also, you got what's it? High Chaparral also has some names in there too. You guys probably don't know the High Chaparral.
I'm just hoping that my name makes it in there. You
know what, Matt? I might give you a part in there, but I just got to remember, because I signed up for this thing. It was script writing or something like that, and I paid like $170 to write the script. I just have to remember the name of the script place and the password, and it probably is in that.
Called AI chatbot.
No, it's not. Back then, it wasn't. There was no AI.
Right. No, but now you can just
put an AI chatbot in there.
Yeah, boom, bam, boom.
So yeah, maybe I'll Pleasure Brothers.
So it's really funny. You just now saw Pleasure Brothers.
I just saw it.
Yeah. I think we should call that the episode title. So
Pleasure Brothers. Well, unfortunately,
I wanted to go with She Could Smell Death, but I think the Pleasure.
I do like that one too. Yeah. But one of the brothers does die, and it's Eugene. Because on the Big Valley, Eugene is the younger brother, and he just disappears. He just it's like a Chuck, Chuck from Happy Days. He just doesn't. They don't talk about him anymore. He just doesn't exist. The mother, Victoria Barkley, just goes, my three sons. She talks about the three sons, and one's the bastard son, Heath Barkley. You guys ever see The Big Valley?
I know it. I never watched it. I probably did a few. But
Heath Barkley
had the ranch.
Yeah, well, Heath Barkley, the dad, the patriarch, he had an affair with, but he hit his head and something like that.
I'm just saying they all have 11 fingers, meaning that's where the Pleasure Brothers comes in. That's what makes them unique. That extra digit, Anyway,
I'm curious if you have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone's looking for you.
There you go. Season 2 Pleasure Ranch because
Jack would never know that
fathers,
reference because he's never seen that movie. So.
One of her children and ends up marrying their sibling. Now we're not going. It's not Deliverance. We're not going down that way. Come on, Sherry. Let's be realistic. But eventually, the final episode was going to be the father facing off with the son, and the son kills the father. And then finds out.
No, I don't want to know. No.
He finds out that he killed. So I have the whole thing in my head. It's just lost somewhere.
That was always the most messed up part of the Quick and the Dead for me. Was that Gene Hackman was so damn prideful that he killed his own son. It's like, damn.
Gene Hackman could be a dick.
Yeah, I mean, he played a great villain in that movie.
Oh yeah, Quick and Dead's a good movie. That's what Leonardo DiCaprio is.
Speaking of Russell Crowe films, there's another one he's in.
That's right. Yeah, Russell Crowe's in that.
Super skinny in that one.
And Sharon Stone.
Yeah, she was the producer on that. And that's what was interesting about it is that Leo, I forget where I was reading or watched that. It was that Leonardo DiCaprio really was a nobody.
He's just a kid. He's just a kid in it.
He was a kid, yeah, but like he had been in the Basketball Diaries, I think, and he'd been in. Was eating Gilbert Grape? I think that was the only.
Yeah, eating Gilbert Grape with.
It was pre-Titanic.
It's way This is 95, yeah, and
I'm king of the world.
They actually did not want Leonardo DiCaprio in Quick and the Dead, and Sharon Stone being the producer was like, no, this is who I want. I think he's really good. He's going to be somebody.
She saw him on Growing Pains.
Not sure what that means.
Going off topic. So I told Jack, the last and final season. It's not even really a season of Upload is out on Amazon.
Amazon,
yeah. It's only 4 episodes, so you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you remember, season 3 was short as well.
So
I imagine that they probably had 3 seasons in mind, and they just said because I can't remember what happened, but they cut it short probably because of the writer's strike or the actor's strike.
I think it was some kind of strike,
and they just said okay, now we have the budget and the time. Let's just finish it all.
Well, it's funny when you sent the text, I read it as it's been a TV show's been uploaded. And it's ready to go because I forgot. I'll be honest with you, I forgot all about the TV show. It's been so long.
Yeah,
I go, well, what's the name of the what's the name of the show? And you go upload. I go, oh, I read it. As, I go, I go, well, I'm stupid.
And Randy in the chat just to acknowledge this from earlier. If I remember to get back on Prime, because I always forget Prime's there. I always kind of skip over Prime as far as one of my watching streamers. But I think Northern Exposure is on there, and that's where I started watching Northern Exposure. I know Randy's always after me to watch.
I'm watching Jamestown.
So. I mean, I've always had Prime because of just shipping, and so getting the channels was a bonus to me. But like I said, I've said a couple times now, what I like about Prime is I think it does have the best recommendations based on what you've watched of any of the streaming channels, because that's all those music documentaries I've recommended, about you just mentioned his name earlier.
It's because it's been listening. Harry Nilsson.
Harry Nilsson. Yeah, there's Harry Nilsson. There's
I still had that written down too.
Yeah, there's so many I've watched just because it's been recommended, and then of course Man from the High Castle popped back up. I was like, I haven't watched this since it aired. I was like, I should watch it again. So I watched season 1. I forgot how good season 1 is, and then
the first 3 seasons are really good.
The first season is very good. I remember kind of losing. I can't remember if it's season 2 or season 3. One of those is a stinker, and then
I think it's season 3, and season 4 comes back to be pretty good.
And that's the thing is that I lost it somewhere in season 3.
Yeah,
it just lost me, and it
just got stale. It just kind of got.
It's like they were trying to just string it along, and they but what's I gonna say? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I said you're right. I mean, Amazon to me, original programming wise, is probably one of the weaker of all of them.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm glad I have it still because I pay for the Prime just for the shipping, really. But
that's what.
I don't really.
What's funny is. The last time we recorded, I was talking about JFK and PT 109, and the next day, recommending movie was PT-109. I'm like going, all right, this is too scary.
It's fucking listening to me.
It's listening to me. What the? And I said, okay, I'll watch it. I go, oh wait, I have to rent it for $3.99. No, I will not rent PT-109 for.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll buy a movie, just over renting it.
Exactly. That's what does blow my mind. Like if a movie is made in the 1930s, it should just be free at this point.
Sure.
Like why am I having to pay $2.99 for a film that nobody watches?
Well, I know PT-109
HBO has
was in the
good
60s.
I know. I'm just saying, but like there's a lot of those where
it
will be. It's like this movie is over 70 years old, and you want me to pay for it. It's like why is it not just? Free?
I know PT-109 was one of those shows I watched as a kid because it would be on late night. Like 1 o'clock in the morning. It'd be the late night movie, the one channel that would stay on. Usually I would get it from LA because most San Diego stations ended, cut off, and I couldn't sleep. So I'd be getting the rabbit ears out and watch, late night movies and it would be Cal Worthington and his dog Spot. He was a car salesman in LA. You're looking for a car, go see, and he would host, he sponsored the movies, and then you get these crazy movies late at night, and they'd be on all night long.
Sponsors, because at the end of our show, we like to talk about the sponsors that make the show possible. I was like, how can I pull this puppy over? We are beyond.
Well, I knew what you were thinking, and I said I'm going to help.
Thank you.
I don't think we have any emails. Just let me check real quick.
So if you want to send us an email and let us know what you prefer better, coffee or tea, send us an email to rcadcast@gmail.com. And if you want to become a patron, help us out. Go over to jandjack.com, become a patron member, help support us in that way. Or rate and review us on iTunes. Follow us on YouTube. After Ramblecast Afterdark, all spelled out. You can hit subscribe to us. You'll get notified when we're going to do a new show, usually on Thursdays. At this point, I'd like to thank some patrons that make this show possible. Joanne with the plan, Maggie the Magnificent, Eckhart Richter, and of course, Ed, the cool California letter carrier. Thank you for doing what you do. Appreciate you tuning in to us each week and learning about our lives. So at this point, it's just group therapy for the four of us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat as well. Randy, Sherry, Matt Treese dropping the knowledge there. Appreciate that. And other watchers, more than just those, but Matt K as well. Thank you. So anyway, and
Randy stayed up to the end.
I know. It's
what's going on with Randy? I think he's on like uppers or something like that.
Yeah, or a different time zone. So
that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us this week, though, everyone. And we'll see you next week. So this was just like Jack's grandchildren, 1 in a million.
Oh, he's really sleepy. Hasta luego and goodbye.